Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weaverbirds Live TV with me, Karen Weaver, and
Emma Weaver, hi.
hello, and welcome to episode 24. 24, holy moly, or 23, even
Yeah, I was
23.
gonna say. I can see it
I'm a
along the
week
bottom
ahead
of
of
the
myself.
screen. 23. It's class. Imagine we've been doing this for 23 weeks.
I know it's fabulous, and to think of all of the amazing content that we've been putting out there, our golden nuggets of, and all of the ups and the downs of the past 23 weeks. Holy moly. Oh, so Emma, this is a high vibe day for you, and we're talking about belief this week. So I just want to start by saying huge kudos to your son Reese, who
Yay.
just won a big final. And it takes belief to make something like that happen, doesn't it? Belief in yourself. So share what happened.
Yes, we are absolutely buzzing. So it's the under 15s for Mana League final, and they were playing Newtown, which that's where I'm from originally. But anyway, of course, I'm there supporting my son and his team. So, it was they didn't start off well and just finished epic. It was unbelievable. So I am buzzing, and literally just in through the door, they're all around the clubhouse celebrating. We're here having a conversation, so definitely in a high vibe and it's lovely to see young ones having something to do. And as you say, like Lurkin's their coach, and he really instills belief in them. You can do this. And he's a lovely young man. He's actually the same age as Chloe, and he's all about the young ones and building them up. And he does have music on in the changing rooms, and really, the way the same music raises your vibe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There, he's doing all that with them and getting them to believe in themselves. So it's perfectly after what we're talking about this evening. But yes, I'm definitely buzzing.
Yeah, the I can. When you instill the I can in the youth, whether
Yeah,
it's your children or those that you're working with, it's like a superpower, isn't it? It
yeah.
limits any limiting beliefs. It dismisses them because everyone believes in themselves. And we were, I know, growing up, I always had a belief that anything was possible. There was no
Yeah.
limitations. We were gifted that, so we never really had that block. But I see around me a lot of people who weren't gifted that. Isn't it such a pity? Why would you not instill that kind
Yeah.
of superpower in your children so that they don't
Because,
have those blocks?
because children are like sponges. They take on what you do, what you tell them, what you're feeding their brain with. So why not just fill it full of belief and self
Mm.
worth and that lovely feeling of I can. And again, I know we have to be realistic in things, but if you are able to in any way, shape, or form instill that in them, sport's a great one, to be honest with you, because you win and you lose, and there's ups and there's downs, and that's okay. But it's all about believing. And another thing I think about belief, and you and I have had conversations about this, and I, might find it tricky sometimes. You've got to feel it.
Hmm.
It's a feeling as well. You've got your affirmations, and you really need to go in with them on a daily basis and reaffirm that and reaffirm that and reaffirm that until you feel it.
Yes.
Belief.
Yes. It's all about, you can tell yourself these things, but if you're not feeling it at the core, it's really not activating it, as in its
Yes.
fullest potential. And that's what you want to do. You want to activate something. So that's why unwavering belief in what you're doing and in yourself is so imperative for success. And you can see belief in people, can't you? You can see belief
Yeah,
shining
totally.
through people because it doesn't matter what somebody says to them, it's not going to shake it. It's just unwavering belief. People can have their opinions, but like for example, somebody may say something to me, but it's not going to detract from my mission. It's not going to detract from where I'm going because I have unwavering belief in what I'm
Yeah.
doing. It's not going to shake it. It's like this. I watched something yesterday. Who was it? Elizabeth Peru. I love her, and I don't usually sit and watch her live, but I watched her live, and she was saying that at the moment there's this wave out, and there's unsettlement, and there's things happening, but those who live at a higher vibration are looking on it and can see it for what it is and why it's happening, and kind of this higher vibration, and but it doesn't shake their belief in
Yeah.
what they're doing, and it doesn't it's a fascinating way to think about it, because you end up, whenever you really connect with who you are, really connect with what you want to do, in life, you're purpose driven, um, you're that is enough. That is enough. And yes, you can take on board people's, but don't take them on board so much that it shakes you and
Yeah.
changes what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh,
It goes back to
hey
your
Pete.
way as well. When you understand your way, your belief just comes with it, and sticking to your values, just sitting with it. And I read an article the other day, and I thought this. Now I'd be interested to see what your thought on this is. But I remember
Yeah.
years ago there used to be a throw around comment, and it was always "fake it till you make it." And that was
Mm-hmm.
more about keep doing the same thing even if you don't really believe in it or trust in it until you get there, or whatever, showing up kind of not authentic until you become authentic. But the new one is fake it till you believe it. Now, I'm not saying people need to be fake. What I'm trying to say is, if you think about that, it's affirm it in yourself, affirm it in yourself, affirm it in yourself till you believe it. So
Yeah.
they've done they've changed it around. They've done a spin on it. So it's not till you make it. It's now till you believe it. And I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, my view on that is really simple and clear. Is that whenever you have to, for it's all about the law of attraction, and it's all about the evolution of your mind. So, in order to have it, you have to first see it and picture it in your mind,
Yeah.
and then you take the steps to get there. You're not faking it. It's just that you just don't have it yet, but
Yes.
you're on the journey to getting it. But you have to feel like you have it to conjure up the belief and the emotions of the possibility of having it. So once you're doing that, then you're on your way to having it. So you may as well own it,
Yeah.
because it's in motion. And once it's in motion, you can have unwavering belief that it's on its way. And there is faith that needs to be associated with that. And that's why a lot of people bail on that, because it's not set in stone. It's not written in a contract. And a lot of people like the security of that. But if you are going to make big things happen and innovative things happen, or things happen in your life that hasn't happened before,
Yeah.
you've got to have faith in the outcome and go on the journey, be open to the journey. Because like so yesterday I was asked something by somebody, and I said, my God, I love the journey just as much as the destination, because the journey is I evolve so much through the journey, and I meet lots of challenges, but I think of challenges as totally different, because they're stepping stones
Yeah.
to me evolving into the person I need to be. That when my goal is there, it's just the next step.
Yeah.
It's just the next natural step. Whenever you set the intention, it's like out of this world. It feels so far away.
Yeah.
But if you do, if you do all of the steps and go on the journey to it, it's just the next right step to making it happen. And I know that there's people on this call who set big goals, and you don't know how you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's not your job to know how to make it happen. It's your job to set the intention or goal. It's your job to believe in the possibility of it happening and being open-hearted to it. And now that's what I'm talking about. Open-hearted. You need your heart wide open, and faith in it, and unwavering faith that people will
Yeah.
not sway you from what's going to happen. And it'll happen fast if you are open to that, and you have to be open to it. So but the belief thing around that is a big thing, because that's what helps you connect into that vibration of possibility. But yeah, that's a very long-winded answer to that question.
I know that, but I was just interested to know your thought. I didn't necessarily agree with the words, but I was intrigued to
Mm,
see that people are changing it to belief as opposed to
yeah.
till you make it. It
Mhm.
was till you believe. And I was like, yes, people are kind of moving and swaying and kind of starting to get it a wee bit now, which
Yeah.
I thought was pretty cool, pretty a bit random, like, but I mean, and I agree with Peace, because you always say that, Karen. It's not your job to know how you're going to make it happen.
I always catch you on that. You're going, I'm like, stop, Emma. That isn't, you're overthinking here. And that's what a lot of people do, is overthink. Overthink. One of the biggest sabotages in dreams coming true, is because people absolutely 100% overthink it. You just have to surrender to the process, and but really know, really know yourself enough and really know what you want, and really go for it. And it's not that you're stubborn in your mind, it's just that you have unwavering belief in what you're achieving and how you're going to do it. And unless something that somebody says to you resonates and you need to action that, that could be part of, I'm not saying rule out everything that everybody says, because sometimes people come as messengers to help you on that journey. So just to be able to be aware and identify who and what they are, because, and being open to that. And that's where your knowing comes in. That's why knowing is such a big part of the process, because when you tune into knowing, you know that instantly. It's just like, okay, yes, thank you. I'm going to take that opportunity, or I'm going to take that advice on board. I'm going to action that. But everything else you dismiss. It's a
Yeah.
distraction. It's a detour.
But
So yeah.
it's you need to learn what the difference is as well. You need to be able to put these things into place to know the difference.
But
And
you
you
will
set out
know.
some gorgeous things.
Yeah.
What?
You will know. You will know, because people overthink the knowing. You go,
Yes.
how am I thinking? Don't overthink it. You just know it instantly. Just trust
Yeah.
it. Just learn to just, don't overthink it. Don't give it too much airtime.
Well,
Just know it.
trust in the process and
Hmm.
believe it will happen. I suppose again we're back to
Absolutely. As
process and
simple
that
as that.
unwavering thought. But you put some lovely things in the book, Karen, here, and the beauty and belief. Have you got it there, or do you
I've
wanna?
got it. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just looking through it before we went
page
live, and
66. I thought some of them were we clinchers.
yeah, our seven the seven affirmations are this week is, I choose my beliefs to support me joyously. And that word joy, prioritize joy in your life, because when you prioritize joy, success is inevitable. Say that again to yourself and pin it up somewhere. When you prioritize joy, success is inevitable. It is not supposed to be painful. It's really not. And I have unwavering belief in my ability to achieve my dreams. Remember, I was saying this? No, you're going to have to watch my TED Talk. I can't talk about it. It's all about that. um,
I know you can't give too much away because your talk is the essence of all of this as well. But it's good to know that you're touching on these.
and the figures around it. I was so astounded by the actual stats around that.
Yeah,
It's so tragic.
totally. Yeah.
I believe that I am guided always. So you have to believe in yourself. You're guided always. That's so important. I nurture my beliefs to ensure that they align with my intentions. So you nurturing them. I love that word nurture. It's such a beautiful word. But you're nurturing your beliefs so that they align with your intentions and your values. I should have values in there, because when your intentions and values align, it means that you're not compromising any of yourself for what you want in life. And number 5 is, I believe that I am a worthy recipient. Why not you?
But Karen,
You.
that is really, really good, and it's fabulous to see it wrote down. I believe that I am a worthy recipient because a
Mhm.
lot of people now, whether it's past experiences or childhood or what, don't believe that they are worthy of receiving what it is that they're setting intentions for or what their goals are, and that is a real block in your mind.
That's why the freedom and forgiveness comes before the belief.
Yeah,
Because you need to unhinge yourself from anything
yeah,
that holds you back and forgive it and move on.
yeah.
And that's one of the big things, and that's why it comes before belief. So I believe that something wonderful is about to happen. I have this in my fridge. When I look at it, I get a little heart flutter. I believe that something wonderful is about to happen. Whenever I say to you, oh, I've posted you something, or you say something to me, I've posted you something. If I've sent something to someone, I'll let them know, because then they have the anticipation and the excitement of something's coming to them. So I never deprive anybody of that, because that is a real high vibrational energy for people to receive in. So not only will they receive my gift, they will also receive um, on the actual vibration of what they're doing, because they will, whenever in The Secret they would say, I expect checks in the mail. or I'm expecting a parcel that's coming from Karen. So, but you expecting something, so other things are going to come as well. And people just don't realize that. It's hard to get your head around, but if you just, accept it and enjoy it,
That's a
kind of
really
thing.
clever thing, and I probably don't do that enough. You
Yeah,
know, tell people that this is coming beforehand, to have them in that state of expecting, and
yeah,
that magical
the
excitement and
anticipation.
anticipation.
Yeah.
And I could really like it to go on holidays. Like the week before
Yes,
going on holidays is
that's it.
nearly as good, because you're bouncing, because you're heading away. Well, we're not this year, like, but you're heading away on holidays and you're all excited about it and you're in that high vibe. And
Emma, see that feeling right there that you feel in anticipation.
yeah,
That's, the way I talk about mindful moments. That's the kind of thing that if you set your alarm for 11:11, say
yes,
in the morning, and your alarm goes off, and you think of that feeling,
yeah,
because
it's like
it
excitement.
delivers so much goodness.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's a good way of putting it.
It's a good one, isn't it? And a lot of people go for the element of surprise. Don't do that. Give people the anticipation beforehand,
I mean,
because
probably that's what I try to do, but now I'm sitting thinking that's actually a silly way to be, because it's nice to be in that anticipation and excitement beforehand. So yeah,
yeah,
that actually really resonated
it's a
with me.
gift in itself, you
Yeah,
see, as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
And lastly, I believe in my abilities to grow every day.
yeah,
We're ever growing.
yeah,
I'm going to be forever
yeah,
growing. I never not want to be growing,
yeah,
Um, no matter how comfortable I get in any, like I'm quite comfortable now. I'll be happy doing what I'm doing right now for the rest of my life. But I know it's inevitable for me to evolve
yeah.
and grow through that, because there's more
But that's
coming.
the
So,
exciting thing. Like, I mean, we're not the same people we were last year, or a couple of, and we're not supposed to be, and that's okay. I mean, it's all about growing, and gift yourself, I suppose, the belief of growing and growth as well, because it's lovely.
absolutely, it is. It's so fun. And I just wanted, I have got some steps of how to
Yes.
harness your belief.
Saying that, yes.
And there's a 7-step guide. So it's know the story, know that the story you tell yourself is important. So make it one filled with belief.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
what's the narrative of what you're telling yourself. Number 2 is an affirmation. I believe in myself and my ability to create my best life. I love that
Yeah.
affirmation. Number 3 is let your actions complement your belief thoughts. So your actions have to complement your
Yeah.
beliefs, and your actions. It's all aligned. Number 4 is have courage and mind check your belief. So always have the courage that comes with the knowing, and always mind check it. So, check your beliefs, that they are aligned for you. Number 5 is know that self belief is a key that will unlock your highest potential. Um,
Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
one.
that's the one that will be a block for everyone,
Yeah.
for a lot of people, is that self belief. But once you catch that, wow! And then 6, belief will raise the threshold on what you can achieve.
Yeah.
And number 7, believe through love for your life.
And
You know
I
that,
think that's important.
yeah.
Like, it all starts with love, and if you do something with love and intentions, regardless of how it turns out or whatever, it's
Mhm.
never wrong, and
Yeah,
that is what makes all the difference.
yeah, absolutely. You know that quote I always say: "Love life, and it will love you back."
Yeah,
You know,
totally,
it absolutely
totally.
does.
Hmm.
It absolutely does. But I want to share with you a story about how I really got into writing and stuff. And it was a belief that somebody gifted in me. And you can be that for somebody else.
Yes.
You can see in somebody something they don't see in themselves, or you can unlock a dream in someone, and it will help them, and to believe in themselves and put it in motion, or believe in the possibility of something happening. So when I moved to Australia 13 years ago, I always wanted to write. I dabbled a bit in a writing course in Ireland before I moved to Australia, but I never really believed in myself in it, and I would do the assignments and send them in to the Writers Bureau. And my assessment person used to always say, "You're a really philosophical writer," and I was like, "Philosophical?" I had to Google what philosophical meant, because I didn't even know what philosophical
Oh,
meant.
how far you have came! How far you have came!
I know, isn't it crazy? So I think I was here about year and a half, or two. No, it would have been. I would have just had Sorsha. So it was just before I wrote the Visitor, and I remember having it was Donna Delalio,
Yes.
who's my really good friend, who I met six weeks after coming to Australia. Beautiful person who took me under her wing, absolutely gorgeous human. Um, I call her my forever friend because she will be forever my friend.
Yeah.
So she had a conversation with me around. She had a really hard childhood, and she was writing about it, and but not to publish it, just therapeutic. And she was saying, "I've
Yeah.
written 50,000 words already, but it's the most therapeutic thing I'm doing." And I was like, 50,000 words for me. It was so huge. That was like a dream. But here was this woman who was also a mum, a hands-on mum, who was making this dream a reality step by step. And it ignited something in me. It just unlocked something in me, a belief that in the possibility of it. Oh my God! And then that was it. Then everything just kind. Then the Whoopi Goldberg thing happened. That sign came, and then and so then I signed up to do NaNoWriMo and wrote The Visitor.
Yeah.
Now that it had I not have had the belief unlocked in me, and even the permission, because she was doing it and still being a very present and wonderful mother, because she was very much a hands-on mom. Um, it gave me permission as a mom to allow me to do it, as if I needed
Yeah.
permission, but it was
I
just the
know, in
thing.
your head. Yeah.
In my head, I needed permission that it was okay to pursue a dream, whilst being a mum as well, which was like, and it feels like a lifetime ago, because here I am, 11 years later, and it would have been this time 11 years ago. Would you
Yeah.
believe it? Because this is what, July now, and I started writing The Visitor in the November, so it would have been around this time that things started to, and it was just that one conversation at a park and a play date with our kids
Yeah.
and a picnic, and it just and that was just a conversation, and she may never know the impact that she had on my life by instilling that belief in me, but it did. It
Mm.
ignited the fire and got it going. Isn't it amazing?
I know,
But
but
we
we
do that
all
for our
have
kids.
that. That's
Mm,
like, that is unbelievable, Karen. And I've
mm,
often heard people saying, borrow somebody else's belief in you. So if you don't believe in yourself, so you believe in me, and in those days that I'm not believing in myself, I borrow your belief in me, and
yeah,
that's what drives me forward. So you borrowed Donna's belief in you. Do you know what I mean? And then you
mm,
can kind of play that forward if somebody else needs it. And
yeah.
if you're just having an off day, borrow somebody else's belief in you.
I never, ever miss an opportunity to share an insight into somebody that I see. Like,
Yeah.
people will get a random message from me if I observe something and get that intuitive
Yeah.
message in my mind. I'll actually message them and say, "Hey, how you going? Just had this thought I thought I'd share with you." And I have had so many people message me back, maybe a year later, 2 years later. Oh my God, Karen, you don't know what you actioned that day.
Yeah.
It was the true gift, and but we all have the ability to do that instead of ignoring.
Yeah.
When we're in an interaction with someone or in somebody's energy, if something comes to you, gift it to them. Why not?
Yeah,
You
a
know,
hundred
if
percent.
yeah, and I do
Yeah.
that all the time. So yeah.
So you're probably instilling belief in people already in case you don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah, well, I was gifted to me, so I will always intentionally
Yeah.
gift it to others as well.
Yeah.
So
I
that's it.
think when you realise the power of it, for
So
sure.
much power in it. It's
Hmm.
just, and it'll fuel. I'm sure. Why would we not want a world of people believing in themselves and their
That's right.
abilities? That's it create harmony in others, and eradicate disharmony, which is
For sure. It all starts from within. We always say that, but that's just another example.
believe in yourself, everyone. We all have amazing things to gift in this world. We all have amazing things to gift ourselves, but
Yeah.
it starts with us,
Yeah.
and once we're fulfilling our own beliefs and our abilities and what we want to achieve, what makes your heart, open up and feel alive, that's what you need to be doing
That's
more.
where I think, if you set the intention or you know what the goal is, affirmations,
Mm,
they rewire your brain, they bring that feeling up and you affirm it to
mm,
yourself. And and you will believe it and
yeah.
feel it, and that is how then going forward it'll work.
Mhm. Yeah, if you need that bridge, if you're really
Yeah,
not, affirmations and gratitude.
yeah,
And people, and I remember I talked about gratitude and how people use it. Yes, be grateful for what you have now and you'll have more. But
yeah,
if you want something that you don't have now, you've got to be grateful for it
yeah.
to manifest it, which is
A
a
hundred
hard
percent.
thing for your brain to think, how can I feel in me? But I absolutely do it. You just sit in the moment of what it would be like to have that and just sit in that moment and just feel such pure gratitude for
Woo!
it.
Bring the
Make it
excitement.
happen. Make it happen. All right, guys. That's it for our beauty and belief, and that's it for our Alchemy of Life Magic series. We ended on a high, sis.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, it's magic. It's magic. I cannot wait until the 22nd of the second, 22.
Yes,
Did I get that right?
that,
Yay!
that's going to be a big day for the Alchemy of Life Magic book. It's wow. It's mind
Yeah,
blowing what's
yeah,
happening
yeah.
behind the scenes for me. And the Beauty and Belief is coming out, and I've got a few amazing names, and for all of my books, there's a lot of big names coming into these books. Greg Reid's coming to the Beauty and Belief.
Ooh.
The amazing Ron Malhotra. So we've got a few guys coming
Oh
through.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
And we've got a lot of girls as well. So there's some huge, huge names going into these books. The beautiful Amanda Gore is coming into the Gift of Gratitude,
Oh my
and
gosh.
Duchess, and all of these amazing people are coming into this book. So I keep envisioning the documentary with all of my guests in it and who
Yes.
leading it, and it's just going to be so exciting.
Yay. Well
2022,
done,
here we
like.
come. Here we come. Get ready. Brace yourself.
Yeah, yeah. The world needs to get ready for this, let me tell you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week with a guest, maybe. Yeah.
Yay! Yes, I
Yes.
have. She's lined up and all already, so we'll a bit of fun next week.
We'll let you know who it is during the week. But thank you so much for joining us and have the best week and weekend. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Now I have to find. Oh, there we go.